As we near the end of summer, I want to share a story and a phrase that I've been carrying for about 40 years. Early in graduate school, I met someone I'll call Ben. He was an undergraduate about my age. He carried a white cane. He had retinitis pigmentosa, a condition that takes a visual field by inches over years. We met when I started to read his science textbooks on tape, and we ended up as friends. We had common interests and spent the next few years doing the things broke college students do. Ben didn't announce his diagnosis in a sit-down conversation. The story came in pieces. Somewhere in the first months of knowing him, I learned he had taken 2 years off between high school and college. A little later, I learned what he had done with them. He'd learned to scuba dive, and he had traveled. He had done these things, he said simply, while he could see. While he could still see. He said it without weight, the way you'd say, well, before it got coal. It was a piece of information, not a tragedy. It was the reason he'd structured his life the way he had. And now he was here, in this friendship, in his major, doing the next thing. What has stayed with me for 40 years isn't anything dramatic. It's what he didn't do. He didn't hide his diagnosis or perform around it. He didn't make it the headline of who he was, and he didn't pretend it wasn't there. He let it influence him. He did not let it define him. I want to say something about where I was at that time. I had come from a community where the path was clear and the script was tight. I had never met anyone who had taken 2 years between high school and whatever came next to do something they wanted to do before a window closed. That category simply didn't exist for me. I was following the list because it was the list. Ben was following it because it served him. The list was a tool, not a destination. I didn't have the language for that difference yet. Most of us are looking at our lives through eyes that are not exactly our own. We absorbed the script of where we come from, the community, the family, the industry, the era. We absorb what the people we love decided was possible. We do this not because we're unthinking, but because we're human. It only becomes a problem when the script no longer fits the life. The people I've watched move with the most clarity aren't the ones with the cleanest scripts. They're the ones who noticed they were looking through borrowed eyes and made one adjustment, sometimes small and sometimes not, toward what their actual life requires. As fall arrives and the energy of a new season begins, what is it that you want to do or try or build while you can still see it clearly? Not as urgency, as an invitation. Your reflection for this week. What is one piece of someone else's script you've been carrying forward without quite noticing? And what might one small adjustment toward your own eyes look like this season? The road ahead has room for your own story, not just the one you inherited. I'll see you next week.